the, let's call it approved bars then? The ones that are in the program?
Was it participating bars?
The participating bars.
See, what we do is we sign up, and then on our website there'll be a list of people with bars that belong to the program. If you happen to be out at a bar and they're not part of the program and you call the Safe Ride number, Mo will make sure somebody comes and picks you up, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you won't. We don't want to offer that service totally all the time, but we don't want nobody driving home drunk. That's the bottom line of this program. That if you feel you're impaired or you have no business behind the wheel, you call, somebody will come pick you up. And then it'll be our job to go back to that establishment and say, hey, we picked one of your gentlemen up the other day, or one of your girls, and we got them home safe. You should be part of this program.
Right.
We just cut down your liability, that poor person getting in an accident or getting a DUI.
Okay. So now you pick up that person, you bring them to a participating bar.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you wait for them? Or
no, we ask them for what time they want to go home, or we ask them to give us about a half hour and call us a half hour before they're ready to go home. And a car will be outside, it'll pick them up, and it'll bring them back home.
so it's really a door-to-door taxi limousine service.
Yep, but it's focused strictly towards providing safe rides. I mean, the same ride that if you took a ride that cost $10 from us, you took it from a cab company, you probably pay $50. There was actually a very nice article on us in the Daily Record where it showed a cab from Lincoln Park to Morristown cost $50 one way. Ours cost the guy $20 for the round trip.
Wow.
And it was 2 people.
Okay.
You know, so the benefits of this, the reason why we're asking for the $10 from each person to take the service is because once somebody pays for something, they're more likely to use it. If it's a free service, people are going to hesitate. They're going to be like, oh, I can call this number. What if they don't even show up? You know, once they paid the $10, they know we're coming back.
Okay. Mo, why are you doing this? I can understand Jim with the Licensed Beverage Association making sure that protecting their license and their livelihood and their business and cutting back on the liability.
Mm-hmm.
But why are you doing it? I mean,
why wouldn't I do this? There's a need for this. I mean, I personally suffered a couple of losses because of drinking and driving while I was in college. And it's something that needs to be done. It needs to be done in the right way. I mean, there's a big void. When you're in high school, you have other organizations that are coming up to you. They're preaching the message. You get those goggles, beer goggles and stuff. But what we fail to realize is once you go into college, that's when most of the kids are introduced to alcohol. That's when you have the parties and stuff. And there's a void. There's nobody filling that void. We're filling that void, and we're taking it one step forward. We're teaching them responsibility in college campuses. We're giving them options. We're basically giving them the ability to explore options.
right.
And then once they get out of college and they go to bars, they still have this system available, and they can continue to be responsible. What we have to understand is drinking and driving or driving impaired is not a disease. It's not a health problem that can't be cured. It's a matter of choice. And the real problem in the past has been a lack of choices. And that's what our goal is. Our goal is to create choices for people.
In the beginner center with this, we have cab companies in the area, and we'll call them at 1 o'clock at night and say, I need a cab to go to Denville. And they'll say, I'm sorry, it'll be an hour and a half, 2 hours. What am I going to do with this customer at that time at night? Now I either have to sit there or I have to drive them home. So with this program, it's designed just for the taverns. So if they make that call, they're going to get picked up. It happened in my place just last week. I had a customer who took a cab the night before. It was a lot cheaper than a Safe Ride service for him. And then the following night I called, and they said, I called at 1:45. They said, we won't be there for an hour and a half. So I called the Safe Ride instead. It cost the kid a few more dollars, but the Safe Ride was there in 8 minutes. And I'm not saying anything against the cab company because they have a tough job to do too. And that's why we had to come up with an alternative system. And we're all going to have signs in our place that says, okay, we have a Safe Ride. Here's the number of Safe Ride. But if that's not good for you, here's the number of a local cab company. And we're going to give them 2 options, or maybe 3 options. So it's not all about just running this club, but it's running the whole community of keeping people from driving impaired.
Okay. How can the public help with this program?
By using it, telling their friends about it. One thing I need to say, as a parent, I have a son that's 21 years old, just turned 21, and he's going through the I'm going to have a good time stage of his life. We've all been there, we've all done it. But he takes a Safe Ride 2 or 3 times a week. They come to the house, they pick him up at 9 o'clock, they bring him up, he comes to our establishment, plays pool, and then they pick him up at 1 o'clock and bring him home. I'm not worried about him when he's out.
Right.
How many times have you had your son go out at night and you know what they're doing, and you're worried about getting that phone call? And I do not want to be standing next to a casket looking at my son or my friend's son because of a DUI.
One very important thing that the public can help with is going out to other bars that aren't members and telling them to become members, because that's how the program is going to grow. That's how people are going to have more options of going to more places, and that's the best way the public can help. We're not asking people for money. We haven't opened it to general donations. You know, the way people can help us grow is by actually supporting the program and using it and telling other bar owners to become part of it.
Okay. Businesses, how can they help?
Well, my feeling on regular businesses, we have vendors that we use every day. Our soda vendors, our fruit vendors, vegetable vendors. If we can get them to donate something to the program, we're going to sell more of their product. So if we have more people coming into our establishment, the more products being sold. So we're going to have to reorder and reorder. So local businesses can do that. They can help us that way. Or you go into the corporate business, and every day you see a thing on TV, I have this product, take a designated driver. We like to see them say, here's our absolute, take a safe ride.